Welcome. A Summer to Remember. This is a strategic plan model that I created for our school district. For the strategic plan, I will be explaining the benefits and drawbacks of creating a summer academic program for elementary students. This plan is created to be district-wide, but for this presentation, we will base it on just one school. I would like to incorporate this plan into several or all of our elementary schools in the district. As we all know, school classrooms sit empty for almost 3 months every summer. Why not make use of this valuable space and have students in the classroom during the summertime? This is a great time for students that need additional help in math or science. It's also a great opportunity for students and teachers to try out some of those new tech programs that they would like to incorporate into their classes later in the year. Linda Campbell's first step is to identify and reform within a school. The so-called summer slide relates to the amount of knowledge lost during the break of summer. 9 out of 10 teachers spend at least 3 weeks reteaching lessons at the start of the school year. I would like to develop a plan that would help reduce that summer slide. Linda's second step is to seek supporters for the change that you want to make. For this plan, I will be looking for support from administrators, teachers, parents, and students. According to the NSLA, 51% of parents would send their kids to summer camp if it was available to them. Linda's third step is to create and communicate an action plan for the change effort. It is important that all stakeholders are informed of the upcoming change. Administrators share the information with their teachers at monthly staff meetings. It's also recommended to have community meetings that would inform the parents and provide a question and answer session for them. Newsletters are also a great way to communicate information to parents and to let them know that it's time to sign up for the summer camp programs. The fourth step is to secure the needed resources. Teachers would need to be on board for this to work successfully. The school will need to set up a summer salary for the teachers with either their current faculty or they will need to hire new teachers. Supplies and curriculum for the classes will need to be provided, as well as the cost of utilities for the school to run over the summertime. The average weekly cost of the summer camp is $288 per child. Most parents would pay this if they sent their kids to other summer camps, so obviously we can expect that they would pay it to send it to your summer camp at the school. However, I do not believe that this fee will cover all of the costs. In this private school district, a great way to raise money for programs such as this is to have a special ask during their annual online auction. Linda's fifth step is to acknowledge the emotional reaction to change. With all of the stakeholders involved, we can certainly expect several different emotional reactions. Not all stakeholders will agree to the program, but since this particular program is an optional summer class, only the parents would need to be interested if they would be sending their students to the classes. At the beginning of a new program, we are likely to expect high and energetic emotions as you see all pre-planning starting to take effect. During the first year of the program, you would expect to see a small layer of frustration when things do not go as planned or special surprises suddenly occur. And then finally, at the end of the program, the teachers are going to show great excitement, as well as the students, on the growth that the students have obtained during the summer months, and it will then raise their grades later in the school year. Linda's sixth step is to anticipate restructuring problems and identify problem-solving skills. It is very helpful to plan for these potential problems. During the planning stages, be sure to think about any problems that may arise in the future. In this scenario, some of the potential problems include a lack of teachers willing to give up their summer vacations. However, there is a good chance that they may enjoy the additional income. And then there is also a lack of planning that could occur for each grade level or class session. So you want to make sure that everything is planned out well in advance. Since this scenario is associated with a small private school, the lack of a bus is not an issue here. None of our schools rely on public transportation or school bus transportation companies. During the school year, parents either drop off their students or arrange carpool groups with their neighbors and their friends. So we could expect that the same thing would happen during the summer camp. Linda's seventh step is to share the leadership. During the planning process, it is important to work closely with all of your stakeholders involved. A survey is a really great way to collect feedback and information from parents that would be interested in sending their students to the school. You would also want to check with teachers and get their feedback, find out what type of academic classes or additional classes they would be willing to teach. There is no real reason to strictly limit it to academic classes. You could also incorporate field trips or outdoor science experiments, sports classes, or even art classes during the summer. Other opportunities for communication include parent-teacher conferences, school board meetings, faculty-staff meetings, and directly talking to the students during class and see what their feedback is as far as taking the classes in the summer. Linda's 8th step is to anchor the innovation as quickly as possible to the classroom practice. Obviously, an entire school year of curriculum is not going to be covered in one summer camp. Improving the learning of children and the teaching of teachers should be the primary focus in planning this session. But a syllabus still needs to be developed for each summer session. Professional development classes and faculty staff meetings are needed in advance to design the new curriculum and decide which topics are going to be covered and who's going to cover them. Professional development for teachers is important to keep informed about the new changes in the technology and the academic standards we're trying to cover. And of course, we want to make sure that the students are going to enjoy the classes. If they are just thinking that, oh man, I have to go to three more months of school, they are probably not going to be wanting to attend. So make sure that your classes are something that they would be interested in. Finally, the last step that Linda mentions is to embed the innovation into an organizational practice. The first year of trying a new program is usually the hardest. But if you take all of that you have learned from the program at the end of the session, redefine it, and improve the program, you will be able to watch it grow in each of the following years. Remember, we are trying to raise lifelong learners. Never stop learning.